Breaking news. It looks like Traxxas have just been handed a massive bowl of shit. And this could end up costing them millions, which I'm sure for some of you will be music to your ears. Although we shouldn't really be celebrating it because it's got a bit of a serious side too. But before we get too serious, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a good break. I hope you all got some chill out time. I had a nice couple of weeks in Canada. Snow, rain, wind, freezing cold. And I probably overindulged a little bit on some of the food out there and some Tim Hortons and potato chips. So I might be looking a little bit rounder than I normally look.
I tripped over in the snow. Oh, that's cold.
I'll give you a very small update in a minute about what's going on. Everyone keeps asking about the Hilux. I'll give you a very small update on why I've not done anything on that yet. But first, we need to talk about this Traxxas thing. New year, new me, right? I'm doing a video on Traxxas. And it's not gonna be the last one because I've got something out there that I'll show you in a minute that is another Traxxas. Shh. Anyway, get a seat, switch your ears on. Product recall for Traxxas radio-controlled vehicles presenting a risk to health. Now, I got wind of this a few months ago when it was an EU recall, and I was quite surprised that the UK hadn't been included in it, because although we're not in the EU anymore, a lot of the safety standards and all that sort of stuff was set while we were in the EU. So it was a surprise, and I thought it wouldn't be long before the UK got hit with it as well, and well, we just have. So let's read together. Summary: product, Traxxas radio controlled vehicles. Hazard: the product presents a risk to health as the slipper or brake pad sold as parts or sold and stored in the affected radio controlled vehicles contain chrysotile asbestos. I think it's pronounced chrysotile or chrysotile. Corrective action: the product has been recalled from end users. That is, everyone that owns one of these products, it's been recalled from them. So they haven't just taken them off the shelves. It's been recalled from us, the end user. And the information, product information, brand Traxxas. Affected models were sold between the 1st of January 2002 and the 10th of June 2024. A list of models, parts and serial numbers can be found in Annex A of the below linked PDF. Country of origin: China.
Buy toys from China.
I don't know if that's a mistake because a lot of Traxxas stuff comes from Taiwan. China, Taiwan, they're separate, but they're not. But anyway, product description: Traxxas nitro and electric radio controlled vehicles, slipper or brake pads, metal parts in real build kits or sets approximately 15mm by 2mm by 10mm. We'll look at the PDF in a minute. And then the hazard: the slipper or brake pad sold as parts or sold installed in the affected radio controlled vehicles contains chrysotile asbestos. Asbestos fibres may be released from the slipper pad in the vehicle through friction, and users may be exposed to asbestos fibres if the vehicle is disassembled for repair or maintenance. If asbestos fibres are released into the air and breathed in, they can cause serious medical conditions including asbestosis, lung cancer and mesothelioma. Mesothelioma? Something like that. The product does not meet the requirements of the General Product Safety Regulations 2005. And the corrective action: customers should not attempt to remove or replace the slipper or brake pads or disassemble with slipper assembly in affected vehicles. Consumers should stop using affected nitro-powered non-electric vehicles immediately. It doesn't say anything there about not using normal electric ones, it just says nitro, but this covers electric as well. Access the following page to access further information to complete the recall form. So this is for J. Perkins. We'll get on to that in a minute and I will show you, we'll go through the process because I'm pretty sure, we're going to have a look at the stuff I've got at the moment. I'm pretty sure there's one or two or maybe more in there that need to go back. So I will go through the form with you so you can see the process. And this was published 24th of December. I think the EU one was back in October. This was the 24th of December, so very recent. If you go into the Traxxas website, the quickest way to find anything about it is just type recall in the search bar. The UK one's not on there yet, but the EU one is. You'll see them down here. So you've got some older recalls there, and then you got Switzerland product safety recall, Australia and EU. The Australian and Switzerland one are the same as this. We'll get onto that in a minute. So asbestos in clutches and brake pads. This is something we have seen in the past a few times. I think relatively recent. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. The Armour 3S range had a recall, but that wasn't end user, I don't believe. That was stuff removed off the shelf, and it was only a smaller one. This one's massive for Traxxas. From the 1st of January 2002 to the middle of June 2024, and there's 24 different models that it covers. So that's 22 years worth of sales basically of them products. So obviously not everyone's going to go through the process and send them back. So realistically, a smaller percentage of all them 22 years is going to go back, but this thing could get crazy. And like I just said, I'll show you how to fill the form out and go through the process so you can do it with yours. Why so serious? So initially asbestos got banned in the UK. It was sometime in the 80s. And then in the late 90s, there was like a complete ban on it. It's really not good for you. If you want to find out all like the technical stuff and all the other stuff on it, then go onto Google. It's like naturally forming fibers and stuff. If it gets in the air and you breathe it in, it can cause some serious health complications. And there is lots of cases of people that have been exposed to it getting really bad diseases and dying basically. All around the same time, UK banned it, the rest of the EU banned it, which is 27 countries, Australia and Switzerland. That's why there's an Australia recall and a one for Switzerland as well, because it covers the same thing. So the current recall is for 27 countries in the EU, the UK, Australia and Switzerland. If you look at all the other countries around the world, 55 countries in total have some form of asbestos ban. Currently, I don't believe there is a ban in the US. I did a little bit of Googling and it was discussed back in March and they were looking like they were banning it. But I also read with Mr. Trump coming into power very soon, I can't imagine it's going to get banned because from what I've seen, he kind of likes the use of it.
China.
I'm not getting into politics or arguments about what's right and what's wrong. It's an RC channel. We need to talk about RC stuff. Yeah, anyway, I've got a list here of all the stuff. There's a PDF file on that government website. I'll leave a link to it in the description, but this is the PDF file that you get. Got all details and part numbers on there. So let's go and look at my collection, see if there's any we need to send back. Now, a little while ago, I had a tidy up in here and I put all my Traxxas stuff on one shelf. So that's going to be handy to find stuff. Now, before I look at the list, I think it's going to be the Bandit. That's definitely on the list. And I think the Rustler. These two won't be. Anything after June or anything that I think it says comes with a USB-C charger, which is all the newer stuff, is fine. So I can't imagine that will be. Don't think that will be. The Summit, I think the Summit is also on there. They've got Nitro Rustler there, but that's 90s, so that should be right. And an electric Rustler down there, which is also old. My printer had a problem with red, so these are all a bit of random colour. So let's find the Bandit first. So that says Bandit. I'm sure I've seen this. 1/16 scale Mustang. I think the Rustler's on it. Yeah, Rustler. This is just my collection, and I know I've got loads of RC cars, but there's people out there that've got loads more Traxxas than I've got. So far that's 3. Like I've said, this is going to get huge. And yeah, Stampede, no, got the Rustler, Slash, Drag Slash, Stampede 4x4, Slash 4x4, Rally VXL. That's not that one, that's the older one. E-Revo, Summit. I didn't see the Emax, hang on. Emax. Wow, this is going to be more than half my Traxxas stuff. 1/16 Slash, 1/16 E-Revo, 1/16 Summit, 1/16 Rally, yeah, so it's all the 16 scale. Same there, same there. Jato, Slayer, T-Max, and Revo. Right, the shelf is looking pretty bare now. However, I have got one more on here. 1/16 Summit. So it gives you the affected ones there, and it gives you the serial numbers. If you go onto the Traxxas website, it also shows you how to find that serial number. But I will show you that now. So we'll get the Bandit. Most Traxxas serial numbers are on the inside of the chassis. So there you go, there's the serial number there, A52325558, which actually looks like, yeah, so that's not this one. So that's not included. Right, okay. Oh, this might not be as bad as I thought. Let's have a look at this, because this is quite an old model. That Bandit, although it's an old model, it was a newish one that I bought a while ago. So the serial number on this one, on the little mini E-Revo chassis, is on the inside underneath. And this one is 2214634. So 1/16 Rally Mustang, serial number 73XX. No, but that's not that either, because that's 2214634. Oh, hang on a minute. The affected models and serial number range information. Serial numbers lower than the number listed are in scope of the recall. So if it's lower than 700, right, this doesn't make any sense because that's only got 5 digits, whereas this serial number's got 3, 6, 7. Right, this is confusing. So I've just got my old Rustler. This is from like mid-90s, I think. So that has also got a 7-digit serial number, but it's got a 0 at the start, which makes me think that all the serial numbers are 7 digits. So I think I need to look at this again.
2,000 years later.
So after a lot of looking at this PDF printout I got and head scratching, and this didn't make too much sense, but I've gone onto the Traxxas website and it's a little bit clearer on the serial numbers. So if you look at this, this is the EU one, the UK one's not on there at the moment, but it's the same recall, so I can imagine it's going to be exactly the same. This now says Bandit 240XX. I presume that's the part number, not the serial number. And for serial numbers, it's 86281131 and lower. And my Bandit is 5232558, so that's included in it. Rustler A6300581 and lower, 5173116. So this one as well. So I've just been through the list and double checked and checked again. All of these are included. So every single model that I own off that list is included. All the serial numbers of these 3 are below the one it says. And these ones on the Traxxas website, it says all summits, it says all brushed summits, it says all brushed E-Maxes, and it says all of these Mustangs. So no serial number needed on these, it's just all models. So I'm just going to do my Bandit. I don't want to sort all 6 out just now. We'll get the form filled in for this, see what happens. You're not going to see it in this video, but I might do a little update, or I might just stick something on my community post just to update you on what's happening, but we'll get the Bandit sorted. So on the government website, there is a link to J. Perkins recall. So information on here. In fact, J. Perkins might have the information on their part numbers, but so there's a form on here. You just fill that out with all your details. And Traxxas Bandit serial number A5232558. Place of purchase. I think you can put not known or something in there if you don't know. I might be able to find where I bought it. This is going to be an issue for a lot of people, is they've had them years, so you don't know where you bought it or you got it secondhand. So I did a video 3 years ago. Oh, look how young I look. October 21. I found it 25th of August 2021, and I got it from Appliance Electronics. Submit. Email sent successfully. So I suppose we just wait now and, well, see what happens. Right, update. Now I don't want to show you too much of that because I want the full surprise on the video, but you can see there's something big under there. Talking of big, careful. Dun, dun, dun. You might be able to work that out by the model number. My very first one. We've got a roller rally car in there from Relalo. Got a little project I'm doing with that. On the subject of Relalo, there's another one in there. That is the Omni Terminator roller project from that. There's a special crawler in there that I've had for ages that are not built yet. Not really secret, but just hiding behind there. That's another project. The big one over there, that one there, that one, and that one are all coming sort of this month going into February. I got a cool little trip at the end of this month that should get 2 videos out of. It's a place I've never been before, to an event I've never been to before. I'm really excited about it, and I think it's going to be really good for you to see it as well. And I'm not starting this yet. This will be redone this year. I'm going to take it apart, fix the gearbox, redo the paintwork, and do something with this back end. I'm going to take these guns off, I think, and do something else. But on the subject of Cross RC, I've got a new one coming. That's going to be this month as well, or going into next month. I'm really excited about that one. And this thing that I broke in the last video, I was meant to get this finished at the end of last year, but the weather was just so bad. I didn't really get a chance. I don't want to take it out when it's wet and muddy because it's so old and, well, mechanical. Just don't want to get it covered in mud. Unfortunately, the start of this year, it's not looking great either, but I will get it done. Everyone's been asking about this. And the reason I've not done anything or said anything, I've been waiting months for the registration documents. There's been a delay. They needed some extra paperwork. And then obviously with Christmas and stuff, it's just delayed it. And I don't want to do a video until I can actually get in and take you for a drive in it. Got a few bits to do in there. I've got a new steering wheel to go on. Here's the special bit under here. That is a 1JZ out of some sort of 90s Toyota. They came in Supras for a little while, but they also came in some of the others as well. See the intercooler there? Nice clean engine bay. I promise as soon as I've got it registered and it's all ready to go on the road, I will do a video for you. But for the moment, it's just my storage area. So if this drama does unfold, I may do an update. But if not, it'll just be a little community post telling you on how I got on with getting this sent back and if there's any issues or if I'd got stuff wrong. Right, I got to crack on with some actual videos now. I'll see you next time.